All right. Hi, Mayor Brown.
Hello.
We have some questions about the week without driving for you. The first one, what is your favorite car-free way to get around Spokane?
I would have to say that would be riding one of my bikes. That is the most fun way to get to the co-op, to grocery shop, and often to get here to City Hall.
Awesome. And have you ever lived a car-free or car-light lifestyle? And what were the benefits or challenges you experienced?
The only time in my life where I was completely car-free was when I was a college student at the University of Illinois. And I relied heavily on my bike as well as buses to go from place to place in Champaign-Urbana. And for me, it was a very free, flexible time in my life. And there are also, you are able to not have all the expenses connected to owning an automobile. So it was also a thrifty time of my life. And I appreciated that in a college town, most of the things I wanted to do were relatively easy to accomplish either through transit or through my bicycle.
What do you see as the most pressing issue for those who do not drive in Spokane?
Affordability is really tough. For obviously people's situations vary tremendously in terms of where they live, where they work, where they shop, what kind of recreation they engage in, how they get together and share community or friendships. Spokane wasn't built. Spokane changed a lot when cars became the main mode of transportation and we lost our streetcar system. So in many ways, I think we've been working hard to get back to being the kind of city where it's easier to live, work, and play without utilizing a car.
How do you aim to improve conditions for non-drivers in Spokane?
One of our top goals in the city of Spokane is to improve conditions for non-drivers. I'm excited that we have been able to bring John Snyder back into the administration as a director of transportation and sustainability, really focusing on all those pieces. But really, it's an all of cabinet approach, and I believe we're pretty aligned with the city council as well in figuring out ways to strengthen bike and pedestrian safety. I'm a big advocate of our transit system, STA. Even though the mayor doesn't personally serve on the STA board, I'm in frequent communication with STA and with the council members who are on it. And we're really working to make our land use decisions more accommodating to having neighborhoods where you can do a lot of your errands and have a lot of your daily activities occur within a walkable, bikeable distance.
Are there any parts of town where you would feel unsafe traveling outside of a car?
I think our arterials are very challenging when you're not in a car, and we have some intersections that are well known to be challenging. And so it is part of our plan to focus on creating an alternative network parallel to those arterials that are safe and pedestrian bike friendly, as well as focusing on those challenging intersections and figuring out ways throughout the 29 neighborhoods in Spokane to have traffic calming projects and safe streets projects.
This one's a fun one. What activities would you suggest for a car-free afternoon in Spokane?
Well, like I said, I love to bike, and I think we have a fun urban, kind of a natural urban trail, either for walking or biking, going through Peaceful Valley or through Brown's Addition. And then you get historic, fun neighborhoods that are close to the river. You can cross bridges, including a bike pedestrian bridge, and go through the Kendall Yards, which is a newer, denser neighborhood, but also has shops, amenities, ice cream if you have kids or grandkids with you. And I've found that a lot of fun to do with friends, and also with my grandson. He would be on a scooter while I'm walking or biking.
What is your experience like traveling outside of a car versus inside? So examples might be how much you connect with other people, how often you spontaneously stop at a shop or try someplace new for dinner.
Traveling outside of a car, you just experience your neighbors and your neighborhood in a whole different way. There's just things that you pick up on that you wouldn't otherwise have noticed. And I often see ideas of things I'd like to bring into my own garden or landscaping, as well as new shops that you might have zipped past in a car and not known they were there.
Why do you care about the week without driving, and how would you encourage others to participate?
The week without driving for me will be a fun challenge. There are already a lot of days that I don't drive. I try to build that into my lifestyle because it's healthy and relaxing, and it gives me a little time to think about things that are happening in the city without the pressure of driving in traffic. So the week without driving, however, is a bit of a challenge. I like challenges. It's also a way, I think, to encourage others to try something new, and they may decide that they really want to incorporate that into their lifestyle as well. If they haven't taken the new Central City Line bus route, they might find that that really works for them, and it could open up new opportunities for economic, for businesses as well that are on transit lines. And I think it can encourage people to just think about their life and their priorities in a whole different way.
I want to delve a little bit deeper into the mindset that you kind of closed on at the end. What does being outside of a car, being free from a car, really give you that you want others to experience?
I think I think the beauty of our city is more accessible when you are at the scale and speed of walking or biking. I believe so that in and of itself develops a sense of appreciation for the natural environment, whether it's the river or the trees, or you certainly don't hear a marmot when you're in your car, but if you're walking on the Centennial Trail, you will likely hear a marmot. And so you get more in touch with nature and wildlife as well. I also think that it can be a really important time to just decompress, and it's not screen time. So that's a good thing. And so I really encourage people to, wherever you're starting from, just add a little more non-car, even if it's one trip a week. That can be the beginning, and it can be something that you start to really look forward to.
Perfect. And then last one that I'll close on with that one trip a week. Is there one trip that you would usually take by car that you're looking forward to replacing by a non-car mode of transportation for the week without driving, or an activity that you're planning?
I haven't really checked my calendar yet, but I have been going to a lot of neighborhood councils. So if I end up going to neighborhood councils on those evenings, a challenge and interesting opportunity for me will be to see how to get there utilizing transit.